Good morning and welcome to the August 17th, 2020 press conference here at the City of Pensacola. Happy to talk to you about things that are going on here and then happy to answer any of your questions. There are now 10,265 positive cases of COVID in Escambia County, 9,344 residents. So the state has shown an 8.2% positivity rate for August 15th, which is good. We're down. Of course, August 14th had a 5.8 and August 13th a 7.9%. So it's good to see that our positivity rate has been trending downwards. Our hospitalization, yesterday we've had six days in a row with a downturn. Yesterday was our lowest that we've had since in 4 weeks at 171. From August 11th, it was 207, August 12th, 198, August 13th, 193, August 14th, 189, August 15th, 178, and then of course 171 yesterday. And we will check those today. The only ones I've seen today is West Florida, which was up 1, but for the most part, hopefully we'll be bouncing around that same part. As long as we can keep it consistently under 200, we're trending in the right direction. As I told you last week on my conference, I'll be looking forward to speaking with the hospitals this afternoon. But again, just as they said last week, we are trending downward, but we're not out of this yet. But the good news is we're trending downward, so everybody just continue to do what you're doing. We are making a difference. City Hall Selfie Day was this past Friday, so I appreciate everyone who sent in pictures with City Hall. We got some great photos, and I know Casey did a great job. She and Kimmy do an excellent job on that. They got a picture of us at the City Council meeting. It was 2 hours before the 15th. It was almost the 14th on Eastern time when we ended, but that was the only one that I got into. Unfortunately, I had to take off this weekend to move children into colleges and law schools, so it was a crazy weekend for me. But thank you to all the staff that was involved in that, especially our PIO, Casey and Kimmy do a great work for us here at the city. But thank you very much for their work. CPAC meeting, we'll be meeting this week on Tuesday, August 18th at 5:30. All public will participate virtually. So again, we are set up to meet at 5:30 on August 18th. The meeting will be viewed live at cityofpensacola.com/video. To provide input, fill out a speaker request form at cityofpensacola.com/CPAC input starting at 1 p.m. on August 18th, which is tomorrow. So if you wish to speak 1 o'clock tomorrow, please go online, fill out paperwork, and then be able to do that. And I forgot I meant to put my sticker on for my other jacket. I had my vote early. I voted last week with my daughter before she left town. Don't forget to vote. Tomorrow is primary election day. If you haven't already voted early or absentee, be sure to visit the polling location from 7 to 7 tomorrow to vote. And I really appreciate we have a couple of City Hall staff that are going to be working the polls tomorrow and volunteering with David Stafford's group. I really appreciate them doing that. And again, the city allowed any individual who wanted to, we would continue to pay them for the work they did here, but to volunteer for the whole day with David Stafford's group. So again, we certainly are trying to make it available. We realize in COVID that everybody is stretched. I know the November election, if you are healthy and feel like you want to participate, I know David and the supervisor of election of Escambia County, David Stafford, has need for volunteers. So I know if you want to get involved and you want to do this in December, it's certainly available to you. Not December, November. The November general election will certainly be available. They're looking for volunteers. Obviously, their normal volunteers are a little bit in an age group that's more concerned about COVID. So again, they are looking for new volunteers that would like to participate, and we at the city have tried to encourage our employees to get involved and participate. So again, please contact the Escambia County Supervisor of Election website, escambiavotes.com, and you can find out any information you need to about that. Also, 2020 census, the deadline is coming up. It's September 30th, 2020. So it's time to complete your 2020 census. The City of Pensacola and Escambia County have released a video encouraging the public to consider their census, which is available on social media and YouTube. Census takers are visiting homes that haven't responded to ensure everyone is counted. If you respond online or by phone, a census taker is less likely to come visit your home. So please take the chance now to go ahead and respond. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you respond. Our goal is 80%. Right now we are 65.1%, so we're up 1% from last week. If we could just get a percent or so up every week, then we'd be doing great. Escambia County's current rate is 61.4%. You can complete census today at my2020census.gov. It'll take about 10 minutes to complete. Mayor's neighborhood cleanup coming up this week, and that's good for me because it's in my neighborhood. So I have and my mother-in-law's house as well. So I'll have two houses. We're going to be sure to have all cleaned out and stuff at the street for Saturday, August 29th. The portion of East Pensacola Heights neighborhood, including Bars Park and Dunwoody Park and Cordova Park and surrounding areas there, is in there. So it's your week, it's your month. So please get the stuff out there and put it out on the street. In Cordova Park, we will have it out there for sure. Please visit cityofpensacola.com to view the map and confirm whether you live in the cleanup area. And Casey, I'm going to make, I don't see the map in front of me right now, but I do not believe East Pensacola Heights is in that section. So I just want to confirm. They typically are on the same trash day with Cordova Park, but I know, but I wasn't sure whether that goes all the way down into East Pensacola Heights. But I do know trash day will be in the Cordova Park area. Will be this one, and we will make sure we have the right area and map for next week. So we will have that for you. But again, if you haven't had one this year in 2020, there are only a couple of areas that haven't, and we'll finish those out by October. But again, looking forward to having one in my neighborhood this week. Please put your stuff out there. We've been collecting so much stuff. All of you've been working hard in your yards and in your homes, and we're trying to certainly provide the services at the City of Pensacola to serve you and get your stuff picked up. So we will be working on that. Smart City Summit. I'll be participating in the Smart City Summit this week, which will be held virtually on Thursday, August 20th. Hosted by local nonprofit Gulf Coast Energy Network in the City of Pensacola. The Smart City Summit will gather industry leaders virtually to share concepts to create efficiencies, improve sustainability, and foster community resilience while embracing the quality of life for all of our residents. For more information about Smart Cities 2020 and to register to attend, visit gulfcoastenergynetwork.org. So again, if you please visit there and take a look. We'd love to see you on Thursday. I'll be speaking, so I'm looking forward to the event. And we took a step forward in much of our sustainability. I think if you saw what the city did on Thursday night, moving forward with Gulf Power. And again, we totally realize there are two different types of solar power, and we are supportive of both. We certainly support those of you at home and in your businesses want to install solar power, and we certainly encourage you to do that. Those of you that wish to participate with Gulf Power and doing that as well, we certainly support that. Gulf Power has located two solar facilities in Jackson County and is building one in Escambia County, but there are also multiple of companies here locally that are involved in solar and can install those for you. That way you can get off the grid and you can be producing your own energy. So again, from our standpoint, we are looking at multiple ways we can get involved in solar and participate in solar. We encourage you, our citizens, to do it, and there are multiple ways to do it. You can participate with energy companies, but you can also participate and do it yourself. There are many companies here locally that are doing that, and we've also provided them the opportunity to come forward with the City of Pensacola and engage as well. So again, we're trying to stay on the cutting edge of where we are, whether it's energy, sustainability, what we're doing with our traffic, all those things are out there. So again, that's sort of where we are today. Like I said before, I guess we're all about ready to get back to school. I took all my kids, they're off at their places. So we got them all settled over the weekend. It sounds like colleges, I know, and universities are getting ready to go back to school. And I think next week we'll be having kids in Escambia County go back to school. So all getting used to it, trying to do everything with COVID it looks like the things that you're doing right now are working in COVID. Our numbers are down, our positivity is down, and our hospitalizations are down. So if we keep doing what we're doing, I think that's the main point. We'll be there Wednesday with new numbers to talk with you about what's going on. But we've seen 6 straight days of declines in hospitalizations. That's really good news, and we're down to 171, which we haven't been since probably the I think 171 was July 12th was the last time we've been that low. So not since July 12th, over a month ago, have we been below 175 cases. So it's good to see a decline happening, and we just want to keep sustaining and moving that number down. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to answer your questions at this time.
All right, so I'm actually not seeing any questions. I know there's a bit of a lag, so we can hang on for just a minute here, but it looks like the Q&A is open, so I don't think I did anything wrong here, but if any of the media members are having trouble, feel free to send me a text or something, but we'll hang out for a minute and see if any come in, but I don't see any right now.
Well, I would say on sustainability, yes, I do have today a water bottle because my reusable water bottle has walked off. So we couldn't find it this morning. So I didn't know those things had legs. I've had it for a year, but it seems to have walked off my desk. So we're going to try to find it and figure out what happened to it. But we are in sustainability. I have my water today because I could not find my water bottle, but we will be sure to have that next week.
All right, and I do see one question that just came in. This is from Laura Hussey at Channel 3. She said, we reported about a gentleman protesting about the benches being removed from MLK Plaza. He believes it has been done to discourage the homeless from sitting there. City staff told us the benches were removed for refurbishment. Do you have any additional comment?
They are being refurbished. They will be back. They are being refurbished at this particular time. We'll get them back. There are multiple people right now in Parks and Rec that want things happening. I appreciate this gentleman out there. I get emails from a lot of people that are like, hey, the condition of the park at Plaza de Luna is in needs to be worked on. We've got Bayview Park. We've gotten some things. So there are a number of different parks in park, I guess, assets that we've been working on at this particular time, and we will continue to do that. I want to. There was a. I believe it was the Seville Rotary, and I'll have to catch up on that. There's a gentleman, Robin Foley, and they came out and did some volunteer work, and we just need to get that from Brian Casey, but we need to really recognize them. They came out and helped our park staff with Plaza de Luna and working it and getting some things back in place. We are looking forward to, I guess, on September 30th, when we start a new year, October 1. In the budget for the CRA, we have positions coming forward that will take care of, that will be helping us in our parks downtown, so we can turn around and have them better ready for you to utilize, and everybody to utilize. They're great amenities downtown. We have the same thing at Seville Square. I know I've had some calls about and some challenges we've had. But we're looking forward to getting our own park people, our own lawn maintenance, landscaping people, so that we can control a little bit better what's happening in parks and make it so that we don't have some of the challenges. But we got a number of parks that we're working on at this particular time, and I know that Brian's working. The park benches will be back. I don't have that exact date, Casey, at this point from Brian, but we can get that. The park benches will be back. But at this point, they are being refurbished, and we will look to have them back at that time. They should be. We expect to have them back and more comfortable, ready for you to use. So we will have them back there when they get done, and we'll be ready to move forward. We keep looking for improvements at every park that we're working with, and we've certainly been out there working diligently. I know Brian's staff is stretched at this particular time. It's the growing season. But again, they are working hard in every park that we have, and they're doing a great job. And I'm sorry if we can't get to your stuff fast enough. We will get there. But hey, I appreciate that gentleman. He certainly has the right to do it. But we will get his stuff there to him, just like we're getting everywhere. But it will be in the time that we get done with parks. Everybody has a park they want done. Everybody has stuff they want completed, and we will get it done. And that's what we try to serve all 55,000 residents.
This is from Andrew McKay. Well, he also asked kind of the same question about the benches, so I won't re-ask that. But separately, he asked, have you received any official communication regarding the 3 Mile Bridge path opening?
You know, we're sort of working on that today too. That all happened today. About I think about last night late, I started seeing Keith. I was out of town, so I started seeing emails fly around yesterday late from Keith. So I know he's been working on it. At this particular time, we understand that Skanska and Senator Broxton are doing something at 11 o'clock, and we understand because of social distancing and number. We're not sure that if we'll be there or be participating in any way. We'd love to. Keith is pointing at me, so I will be there, but I don't know that we'll have any other city personnel there. We're very sensitive at Skanska's event. We're very sensitive to social distancing, so we totally understand. We are also efforting to try to find a chance this afternoon, perhaps to find a way to meet like the Golden Spike in the middle. And I apparently wore the wrong clothes to walk to the middle of the bridge in the afternoon, but we're going to try to possibly do that with Mayor Fitch's staff. We've been reaching out to the city of Gulf Breeze, and we would like to do that as well. And we'd love to be a part of that. I'm excited. I think this is awesome. This is the kind of stuff we've been talking about, the amenities that we're going to come forward that are going to make us more walkable, more bikeable. And I think the view is just going to be awesome off that new bridge. I'm excited about it. I think it's a great amenity, public amenity for us that you'll be able to walk and ride your bike across. I expect to see it well utilized. This is one of the things that I worked very hard when I was at the county and dealt with this on the TPO. To have this feature involved in this, I think it's going to be an incredible asset for Escambia, Santa Rosa County, certainly the city of Gulf Breeze and the city of Pensacola. We are going to benefit incredibly from this, but it's really just going to be another amenity for our citizens and our users, and I can't wait. I know all of us have been wanting to use the path along Bayfront Parkway, and I'm excited about it coming forward. Now just getting the other bridge up and getting the landing spot with the traffic circle. I know last time, Andrew, you talked to me about traffic circles. I think this is going to be one traffic circle that we learn to love, because there will be no more stopping at 17th and Bayfront, whether you're coming from Gulf Breeze or going to Gulf Breeze, the beach, or coming down 17th or getting off on 17th. It will be automatic, and I think it will move traffic better, and it will make things flow, and I think it will just be a more aesthetically pleasing, great amenity for the citizens of the city of Pensacola. So I'm excited about this. I think this is the first part of all that coming out, the things we've been planning, but by no means are we finished. I mean, this is just the first of many things happening, but it's exciting, and we're looking forward to trying to have something. If we get something together, we're able to find a time and a date with Gulf Breeze. I think Casey will send out some stuff to press, although if you don't want to walk the whole 1.5 miles out there to the middle, I'm not sure how many people we're going to have out there, but I may have to change clothes for today. But I'll look forward to being a part of that. I think it's going to be a great event, and we're very excited about the walking bridge, bike pedestrian bridge being open. I think it's going to be a great amenity for our community.
And this is from Andrew McKay. Is there a cost estimate for the MLK Davis project without the roundabout as opposed to with it?
Yeah, no. It's again, we're gonna get that. I think there is a significant amount of cost in that roundabout, so I'm not sure whether it's going to work or not cost wise. I don't see a problem with it design wise. I know, Andrew, you've had some concerns about it. I think it's pretty novel and innovative. The other way that you could easily do this is you could take what is MLK, and you could just you could turn it right into the whatever the little side street is right there that goes into that neighborhood. And that may be why they didn't want it. They don't want the traffic going to that neighborhood. Those are things we'd have to look at. But there are a number of ways you could tee MLK into Davis and make it work. So I think there are ways to do it. At the same time, I like everything about the roundabout. I think the roundabout could be work very well. I think price tag, the major price tag in the conversion to two-way is that, and so it may be something we have to go with an interim step and then move forward, because I don't know that we have the money there for the roundabout at this particular time. My understanding is it is most of the cost that are in that conversion. So we'll look at it, we'll evaluate, but right now we're sort of designing everything, and whatever we don't have money for, we'll have to cut back. So there is a very likelihood that that roundabout could be cut back, but I think it's good to have it already done, have the infrastructure to know what's in place. So if we get to that point where there is funding, I think it could be a very workable solution. We're going to do one at Hilltop in Langley that I think is going to show people that we can do roundabouts. I think there's going to be a roundabout here at 17th and Bayfront. So I think there are things in the right places they can work. But do I know if it's going to happen going forward on MLK and Davis? Again, the cost could make that prohibitive, and we may have to shelve it. But I do understand why they're looking at it, and we may have to look at an interim step if we're not able to get the funding.
And Andrew just added, he said, I meant more whether the other portions of the project cost very much, since they're mostly striping, I think, other than the Alkanese.
That's my understanding. I don't have the details, and I apologize. Casey, if we could get with Derek and just and get that for Andrew and have those numbers. I know it's a fairly significant size of the overall. The rest of it was striping, which shouldn't be as much. I was kind of caught off guard by how expensive they said, but I think a lot of it is in the roundabout improvements where the two meet up, which means it is likely that we may not be able to get to funding to do that. So if we don't, we'll move forward with the striping and what we can do, some temporary solution. I think it's always good to have the roundabout available if we ever did get the funding and could make it work. But at this particular time, the most important thing is the striping and getting both streets back to two-way. Like I said before, I went to Charleston and for the Mayor's Institute of Design about a year and a half ago. And they had a similar situation where there was a neighborhood that connected downtown to another residential and commercial area, and they had originally had these two one-way streets through there, and it really had created it had made it easy for people to get fastly in and out of those areas. But then they came in with an interstate system, and they never had changed the one-ways, and at this point it was just speeding through those neighborhoods. And the city staff, I just remember because the discussion with the mayor was he had resisted this, and city staff had been begging him to do it, and finally he did it. And he said it was the best thing he ever did for that neighborhood. And I came home immediately from that trip to Charleston and said, you know what, this is what we need to do. I mean, it was something I'd been saying we needed to do beforehand, but it made me much more committed to that. We have to work it through the TPO process, so it's taken a year and a half to get there. But it has been one of the priorities that I've been pushing for. I know I've been working with Councilwoman Hill. She has been supportive of it. So I think it has the real ability to make that neighborhood better, slow traffic down, make it more of a neighborhood. All the things that we're looking to do in our various things with neighborhood. And again, while that's not in the urban core CRA, it is in the CRA. It is the East Side CRA. But again, this is showing that we are making progress in all neighborhoods, in trying to make all neighborhoods better. And I think this will be a real positive step for that East Side neighborhood.
All right. I don't see any more questions. I did want to mention, because I think this just got scheduled, that City Council will have a budget workshop this Thursday, August 20th at 4 p.m. So they'll be doing that. I'm sure we'll probably live stream it if it's a council meeting. I'll have to confirm that because I'm just getting this information, but wanted to mention that they will have a budget workshop this week, Thursday, August 20th at 4 o'clock. So I'm sure we'll have more information on our website shortly.
And that's certainly good. I think we're coming into budget season. We expect we will have 2 budget hearings in September. Again, I want to commend the accounting and finance staff. They've done an incredible job putting this together. It's been a very difficult budget year, but we're shooting for a target we think we'll get to, and we think we know what it will be. we're able to put together a budget for next year that does not really increase anything related to tax burden on citizens. We're able to figure out how to make everything work and move forward. So we're doing that. The one caveat that we did add the dollar charge for capital equipment over to our sanitation, certainly in the sense that sanitation is we've used up a lot of capital this year. We've done a lot of work. We're back on pace, but we've put some wear and tear on our capital, and we need to replace some things. I mean, when I can't wait to get back out and do my work days, but I know when I worked with people in sanitation and road, both in the garbage and as well as a recycling truck and also just a regular debris pickup truck. And I mean, what those guys tell me all the time, the most important thing, the hardest thing for them to do is they can't do their job if we don't have the capital there, and what happens when things break down. I know if John Phillips is out there, I know I get from him every time if we get a leak on a vehicle, and we appreciate that letting us know, because typically we drive by and we don't know, and the leaks come out afterwards. But you know, we've been able to fix some things, so we've been working on it. Those are big trucks. They do big, heavy work, and we've been trying to keep up with them as much as possible. But certainly our capital in terms of sanitation trucks, and certainly that the yard debris trucks have been really significantly used and utilized this year. So we need some replacement there. But overall, we're good. We're moving forward, and we certainly appreciate your working with us. You've done a great job of working out your yards this year. So we're gonna make sure we're getting everything picked up. But that's about it for us this week. Thank you very much. We'll be on Wednesday. We'll have a Facebook Live, and I see now Casey's telling me we might have a question.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, we do have another question that came in from Jim Little at the News Journal. He just said, any major changes on the budget you can highlight before the meeting?
I don't know any issues on the budget other than what I said. I said we've maintained. We haven't, despite some of the challenges that we've run into and some of the shortfalls related with COVID, we haven't increased anything. The only thing we asked for the increase was the $1 a month on sanitation. And again, that's the deal with capital improvements. That's the only thing we've looked at in there. We've been able to figure out how to turn and make our budget work based on what we've been given. Our shortfalls are certainly in LOST and some other things, which is also why it makes us important to look for other avenues for capital improvements, which is why I think the sanitation thing works based on the challenges we've taken with LOST. But overall, we're moving forward, and you know, we see this to be a hiccup, but we think as soon as we can get past COVID, we believe the economy and the things where we've been predictably in the past will come back. We just got to get through COVID. So we continue to be focused on very much trying to drive the numbers down, getting us back to normal, and seeing where things go from there. So that's what we're trying to do.
All right, and now I don't see any more questions again.
All right, thank you very much. Please get out there, enjoy the new walkway on the 3 Mile Bridge. It should be a lot of fun, and we'll look forward to seeing you. Thank you.